had like a really crappy thing that just happened. I was washing one of my stamps and it went down the sink, and I opened up the P-trap and my stamp wasn't there. So I lost a stamp. I'm so, oh well, what do you do? Actually, I'll tell you what stamp it is. It's the one that I used on yesterday's project. I don't know if y'all saw this project from yesterday, but it's that I love our life together. It just, I guess it was just so small enough that the water just pushed it out. And so that stamp is lost. But if you're looking for a cute card, definitely watch yesterday's tutorial. This was a kind of, I was trying to create like an out-of-the-box Valentine's Day card. So anyway, it was a lot of fun to make. If you have this stamp, just don't wash it down the sink. I'll tell you that. It's so small. Anyway, this is the card that we're going to be making today. This is Kara from iStampin.com. Thanks for joining me, ladies. I thought that I would make another Valentine's Day card where, gosh, February 1st is this Friday. So we're going to be sending out our Valentines here shortly. So I wanted to make another one, and I just thought this card was so cute. I'm going to show you all the supplies that I used first, and then we'll make it. It's actually a pretty simple card. I used our large letter Framelits to get the X and the O, and I actually doubled it up. This Happy Valentine's Day, this is coming from January's Paper Pumpkin stamp set. These are exclusive to Paper Pumpkin, and I loved the stamp set, so I wanted to use the Happy Valentine's Day. So y'all will have to tell me, are y'all Paper Pumpkin subscribers, and do you ever reuse your stamps? I love to keep them and to use them for other occasions. If, you know, sometimes the stamp, I may not need it, and so, you know, I don't mind giving it away. But if you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, definitely pull this stamp set out, because this Happy Valentine's Day is like super cute. Some of y'all aren't familiar with what Paper Pumpkin is. It's a monthly subscription kit that Stampin' Up offers. It's $19.95 a month. You get everything that you need for that month. The only thing that's included in that price is just tax, so you would just add that. I'll put a link down below of how you can sign up and to start receiving Paper Pumpkin through me. You do have to sign up by the 10th of every month to get that month's kit. So for February, you would want to sign up by February 10th, which is next week. But this was the adorable stamp set that we got. So that's where I got the Happy Valentine's Day. And let's see. Okay, so let me show you what we're going to be using today. This is featuring my product of the week, which is the All My Love Designer Series paper. This is in the Occasions catalog at the very front. So you can see right here, it's on page 5, has these beautiful colors. It's Balmy Blue, Crumb Cake, Flirty Flamingo, Lovely Lipstick, Soft Seafoam, and Whisper White. So that is where you can find this gorgeous paper. So that's what we're going to be using for the background right there. You're also going to need to get a scrap piece of your sparkle glimmer paper, then a scrap piece of Whisper White cardstock. That's where we're going to do the stamping. And then Flirty Flamingo. So we're going to use both of these papers for our die cuts. We're going to die cut this also. I'm using our brand new rectangle stitched framelits, which are in the Occasions catalog. I don't know if y'all noticed that, but I used it to cut out this paper, so it just adds a little bit of that fun stitched detail. So we're going to need those. The X and O are coming from our large letter framelit dies, which is in our annual catalog. So there you can see that. And so obviously you'll just need the X and O, and we'll be die cutting those out twice. We're going to punch it out using the classic label punch, punching out our tag. And then I'm using the solid Whisper White Baker's Twine just to give a little bit of dimension and texture. I did a little double bow, so I'll show you how to do that. And then for the ink, it is Flirty Flamingo, and then like I had mentioned earlier, the stamp set that I'm using is from January's Paper Pumpkin exclusive kit. So I think that's it. Oh no, you need a card base. So I've got thick Whisper White. And then for adhesive, I'm using our foam adhesive strips and then our multi-purpose glue. And a glue dot to put the bow on. I think that's it now. All right, so let's go ahead and make our card base. And how is everybody doing on this blustery cold Wednesday? It's cold here in Florida too, so it's nothing like what is going on up in the northern part of the states. This something vortex. What did they name it? Like Jaden or something like that? Holy crap. It's I was in Minnesota about probably close to 10 years ago in February. You're probably asking me, why would I go to Minnesota in February? At that time, I was selling jewelry, and our friends wanted me to fly up there to do a jewelry party, so my husband and I went up there. I have never been so cold in my entire life. It was negative temperatures. My lips have never been so chapped before in my entire life. Okay, so you saw that I scored it at 5.5, and I folded it and burnished it with my bone folder. Here I've got my big shots. We're gonna do all of our die cutting at once, and it's gonna shake, so I apologize for that. I'll try to minimize it as much as possible. I am using my magnetic platform, and then I've got a clear cutting plate. It's not so clear, but you know what I mean. And this is the largest rectangle, so it's going to be a little bit smaller than 4 by 5.25. And mine's kind of jumping around. So what I did is I cut this paper like 4.25 by 5.5, and obviously with the hearts, the card being a portrait style, you want to make sure that you cut your cardstock or card designer series paper the right way. I'm just trying to get this so it's not jumping around. And actually, I could die cut my letters at the same time. Okay, sometimes, for whatever reason, our framelits just kind of jump around like that. So if it doesn't stay in place, this is a great way to use washi tape. You just want to use something that's low tack so that when you remove it, it doesn't rip the paper. Okay, I'll put it right here. Okay. And hopefully that will be okay. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and die cut my X and O on the glimmer paper, and then let's run this through. Now, I will say I had to run the rectangle framelit through twice. When I was doing it for my sample card, one side wouldn't cut all the way through, so I want to make sure that I get it this way. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, let me go ahead and die cut the Flirty Flamingo, and then we'll be done with this. And the table will stop shaking and stuff. Okay, great way to use up scraps too. Alrighty, just poke these out. So that's what it looks like in Flirty Flamingo. And then here is the sparkle glimmer paper right there. Isn't that pretty? Can y'all see that? All right, and so let's just remove the washi tape. Even though it's low tack, still, you know, remove it gently, because sometimes, you know, it may stick. All right, perfect. All right, and so that's what our stitched rectangle looks like. I love this paper. This is the back side. Some really, really pretty floral hearts, which match the stamp set. So I love that. Okay. Actually, you know what I'm going to do first? Because I want this to set up, I'm going to go ahead and glue the letters together, and then we can finish putting our card together. Because it does take it just takes a few minutes to set this up. So I'm using our liquid glue, multi-purpose liquid glue, and I'm just I'm going to put the glue on the glimmer paper. And then what I did is I take the Flirty Flamingo letter and I'm just kind of offsetting it. I felt like that, and if you get any excess glue, just wipe that off. It does dry clear. I just kind of felt like these framelits needed a little bit of dimension. And then let's go ahead and put glue on the O. Like so. And, you know, one of the things when I was making yesterday's project is, oops, that's backwards. Oh, crud. When I was making yesterday's project and then thinking of today's project, I, you know, wanted to look for items that are in the annual catalog that you might already have. You know, sometimes we don't have, you know, a lot of extra money, especially right after the holidays. And I know it's very tempting to, you know, want to buy from the Occasions catalog. I'd love for you to buy from the Occasions catalog. But, you know, sometimes we're just a little short on funds. So I wanted to try to use things that you may already have, like the paper pumpkin stamp, the classic label punch, you know, I mean, of course, just, well, really the paper and the framelits are new, the rectangle framelits. So, okay, so I've just got an acrylic block. I'm just gonna put some weight on there and let that set up. And so now we can start putting our card together. And I'm gonna use our foam adhesive strips. I love these. And what I like to do is to outline, got like hair and glue on me. I like to outline the framelit or the piece of paper. And then when I was putting my sample together, when I was putting the die cuts on, I didn't put any adhesive right there in the middle. So I'm going to recommend you putting some in the middle as well. And it's going to be very well supported. Okay, so right there, I need to come back and finish this section like so. Oops, kind of cut that down. Okay, and then I'm just going to tear off just a little, whoops, just a little bit of this and just cut this in half and put it like right there in the center, because that's where the die cuts are going to go. Okay, and you can just take off your backing strip. So how long is this cold weather supposed to last for y'all? I mean, obviously this is unusually cold weather, but is it supposed to warm up, you know, in the next few days? I wouldn't think this Arctic air would just be around for a week or so. All right, so now what I'm going to do, push those off to the side, is just center this. Get all the hair that's stuck to my fingers from the glue. just like so. Yeah, that's a lot better. Definitely put some adhesive there in the center. Okay, I think that looks good. And then let's go ahead and do our stamping. So I've just got that piece of Whisper White cardstock, and I'm using Happy Valentine's Day. And I'm going to ink this up in Flirty Flamingo. And I've just got one day, well, today and tomorrow for January's hostess code. So if you spend, or if you shop in my online store, be sure to use the hostess code and you'll receive a gift from me in the month of February. If your order's $150 or more, don't use that code. You'll still receive the gift from me, okay? All right, so I'm going to use the classic label punch, and I want to have the last word really close to the edge of the arrow because I'm going to be cutting off the left side. So I think that looks good. So just take your snips, and I'm just kind of cutting it off right about there. See if that's, there we go, that's straight. Okay. And then let's go ahead and take our solid white baker's twine. Let's see, this is about, that's probably about 14 inches. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to double it up, then cut it in half, and then go ahead and tie a bow. And hopefully with my sticky fingers from the glue, I won't have too much of a problem. And when you do a double bow, just make sure when you're pulling the tails that you're pulling both of them at the same time, so that you don't have two different sized bows. I think that looks good. And where's my glue dots? They're around here somewhere. Oh, here they are. I'm just using glue dots from a paper pumpkin kit. And I'm just gonna put it about right there. These dots kind of have like a little paper covering. And then that bow's just gonna get mushed right in there. Okay, and I'll cut the tails off when I put, before I finish the card. Okay, so here we've got our letters. And again, I'm just gonna use our glue, the liquid glue, and just make sure that when you put them on that you have your drop shadow, whatever you want to call it, on the same side. So I've got it to the left, and I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the back. And the nice thing about it is that if you don't center it perfectly with it being a wet adhesive, it allows you to move it around before it sets up. Okay. Here we go, the O. I love Flirty Flamingo. It's such a pretty color. And the sparkle glimmer paper kind of has the same color. We can actually put that, oh, nope. There we go. I was gonna say you could put the block on there, but I'll just hold that down just a little bit. This glue does set up really quickly. And then I think you can either attach this with a glue dot. I'm just gonna use a little bit of snail. And that's just gonna go right about there. I just kind of have it on an angle where it kind of looks like a tag. And then just cut your tails. Let's see if I can get, these are a little long. There we go. And that is the card for today. So each one obviously is going to be a little unique. So what do you think? Do you like that? Is that cute? Give me some thumbs up or hearts, whatever y'all do on Facebook. But I just thought this was darling. I love the XO for hugs and kisses, and just the designer series paper. I was just so happy to use that as the product of the week today. I hope y'all liked it. If you have any questions, you know, just comment below, and I will be more than happy to help you out. The blog post will be up, you know, if I can get myself together, it will be up later today, if not tomorrow. But all of the products that I used will be on a Facebook post here in the next hour or so. But thank you so much for joining me. Please share this video with your friends who love to craft. And if they're looking for, you know, any kind of creative outlet, please, you know, let them know about istampin.com. I'd love to have new viewers. And y'all just have a fabulous Wednesday. Thanks for joining me for another edition of iStampin Live. And I will see you next week, okay? Bye.